Hola gente, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos de vuelta al canal. Estamos a continuar con WWE 2K22 en el showcase de Rey Mysterio. El Rey Mysterio contra Shawn Michaels en la lucha que sigue. En Raw, una sombría noche, dos leyendas se ven las caras por primera vez en la historia. HBK contra Rey. Bueno, vamos a hacer la lucha. A ver qué pasó.
Eddie Guerrero has passed away. Eddie was in the prime of his life, 38 years old, the prime of his career. So tonight, we celebrate the life of Eddie Guerrero.
The thing about this day was what we were all living, what we were going through. It was hard for us to accept that Eddie was no longer with us. Everyone was hurting. I asked myself, what would Eddie have done? And Eddie was all about the business. Whatever happened, show must go on. I did expect to wrestle Shawn one day, just not under those terms. One of the greatest legends in WWE history. He has a lot of respect for this business and for the superstars that are up and coming. By Shawn Michaels asking me if I had the energy and the courage to have a match against him that night. He didn't have to choose me, but he did because he knew that Eddie would have loved it. That speaks of the type of human being that he is. Losing Eddie was one of the most painful experiences in both my personal and professional life. The WWE Universe came together to pay tribute to one of the most respected and beloved superstars of all time. This was a difficult night for all of the obvious reasons, but we wanted to put on a show that Eddie would be proud of. I found myself in a rare one-on-one match with another living legend, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Of course, I wanted to win for myself, for my fans, and for Eddie. And while Shawn was also grieving, I knew that he would still give me everything he had, just as Eddie would have wanted.
Bueno, ahí empieza la lucha. Bueno, es el show conmemorativo a Eddie Guerrero. La concha de su madre.
That night was heartbreaking, but at the same time it was special in its own way. I remember Shawn Michaels coming up to me and asking me, do you have what it takes to jump in the ring tonight against me? I think Eddie would really enjoy a match between you and I, Ray. How can I resist? As heartbroken as I was, I knew that Eddie would have loved to continue on. So that's what I did. I knew it was going to be something special.
Como ahí explicaba Rey, era en su momento más triste en la carrera de él, o uno por lo menos de esos momentos, con la muerte de Eddie. Y como curiosidad de Chapa, en este show asistía por primera vez a un show en vivo de WWE, Sasha Banks, una luchadora de hoy en día, échate por encima, hacerlo en pin, aprovechar cualquiera. Ok, estoy leyendo los objetivos también. Cuando esté de pie en el ring. Está la Sasha Banks por ahí entre el público. Que dice que supuestamente se enteró ahí de que Eddie había muerto. Así que pobrecito, fue a ver a su ídolo y ese día murió. Ese fin de semana. Tengo que hacerle un Irish Whip.
but I was going to capitalize if I could. You have to. There's no other way to put it. I don't think he was necessarily done at this point, but you always gotta try, right? There's no other way. If that 619 connects, I'm thinking to myself, it's over. I remember Sean biting on that 619 fake out and just thinking to myself, let's go, and just launching myself at him to the floor.
Lo que sí digo yo, la verdad que Rey Mysterio... La verdad que qué tenacidad de Rey Mysterio de poder luchar estando en una tristeza así, digamos. Estar en el duelo de uno de tus amigos que murió. Y lo mismo se podría decir para Chris Benoit. Que obviamente, tras lo sucedido 2 años después encima. 2 años después también muere Chris Benoit. También la pasó muy mal con la muerte de Eddie Guerrero y de hecho también tuvo algo que ver con la propia muerte de Chris Benoit. Me voy a dejar de distraer con tantas curiosidades y cosas de este día. Yo no tuve la suerte de vivir, digamos, esta época. Yo nací en el año 2001, cuando murió Eddie yo tenía 3, estaba por cumplir los 4. Y a mí no me empezó a gustar recién hasta el 2010. Bueno, en 2010 los conocí. Gustarme como tal en 2014. Combos de agarre. Y 2 pesadas. Si no me deja dar el segundo golpe, no sé qué combos voy a hacer. ¡Ole! Así, dale. Ahora tenemos que hacerle otro. ¡Pum! En esto lo hago nomás para aturdirlo y que no me pueda esquivar y hacer las cosas un poco más tranquilo. 3, círculo. Bien. Otro más. Esta vez vamos a hacerlo más corto. Puta madre. Está aturdido. Dice que no está yendo a buscar el Switch Music. Ah. Ahí está. Oh. Vamos, carajo. Pero quédate quieto. Oh, prepara la Switch Music. Me equivoqué de botón. Ahí va uno. Se levante. Hacemos este. Que se vuelva a levantar. Vamos, John Michael, levántate. Arriba, Sean. Y atángana. Y con sangre incluida. Ah, está sin aliento de un Irish Whip contra las cuerdas. Ole.
When you get hit by Shawn Michaels, it rocks you. And by that time, I could really get what was going on here. Boom! There's that elbow drop. I was lucky that he didn't try to pin me then. That's because there's a sequence to all of that. He drops the elbow, he nips up, and then he stomps the leg, ready to hit you with that sweet chin music. I remember getting up and luckily moved at the right time. So I connect with the 619, and I already know what's coming next. Springboard, leg drop. When I hit that and I saw that he didn't move and I connected, I remember hooking the leg, and I was in awe when I heard the 3. I couldn't believe it. I really was shocked. Now you have to keep in mind, this was my first time facing Shawn Michaels, but at the same time, my brother had just passed. So, mixed emotions, but I felt like a truly blessed man, and I know Eddie was watching. I know Eddie was in that ring. He had a special corner that night and enjoyed every minute of it, just like we did.
Y viene el abrazo de John a Rey.
I believe defending a championship is way harder than becoming a champion. There's always more pressure defending, keeping that title that you work hard to get. Anyone, whoever wants to become champion, they just want to destroy you. They want to take what's yours. And with a guy like JBL, he just wants to destroy you. But he would always nag and put you down. He would step on you and step on you. Amigo! Crush you down and just make you feel this big. Being the smallest superstar in that ring, facing giants in a world of giants, that was my fuel to overcome every time I stepped into the ring with him. I had finally reached the pinnacle of WWE by winning the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania in honor of my good friend, Eddie Guerrero. As a World Heavyweight Champion, I knew I had a target on my back and would face some of my toughest opponents, including John Bradshaw Layfield. JBL always made it very easy to get motivated for a match. His loudmouth, the constant mockery, and his knack for crossing the line to make things personal. He didn't think I was a real champion. He thought I'd just be a stepping stone to his reign as a dual champion. Went into Judgment Day, ready to show him that all his bluster and power wasn't enough to stop Rey Mysterio.
Así que bueno, nos toca luchar contra JBL. Yo esto lo hice en la Play y la verdad me costó un huevo. Bueno, este no sé cómo ligero. Ahora nos piden que lo saquemos, que hagamos un ataque pesado. Pero sí me acuerdo que me había costado un montón, el hijo de puta no dejaba de... Me hacía el remate y me ganaba, y más encima... esquivaba todo. Decimos que se levanta, así le hacemos el ataque pesado. Puto. Quédate quieto, no te digo que se esquiva todo. Encima la máquina en este juego no te deja liberarte de eso, ¿no? Sí o sí, o te liberás, que es muy poco probable, o te estampa contra el piso, o te golpea, pero no te puedes escapar de eso. Sobre todo en leyenda. Encima yo lo puse en leyenda. Ataque en el lateral en carrera. Ah, creo entender. A ver. Bueno, eso no. Pero quédate en el piso. Perfecto. Me lo tomó. Estando de pie en el ring, ok. No te digo que te esquiva todo, boludo. Sabes que ahora me va a esquivar la 619, boludo. No te digo. Ay, qué rabia. Ahí va. Está dolorido, hazle una llave pesada. En la esquina. Algún día.
To admit, I enjoyed each one of these. JBL is so hittable with that target, you can't miss him, you know? And all the stuff that he talked about me, I didn't just want to outmaneuver him. I wanted to show that I can brawl with one of the big boys here in WWE. I let him get to me. Yep. We all tend to do things like that against JBL. And he made me pay. You know, when that big boot catches you right across the face, you're talking a size 13. All in your face.
Este combate fue la primera vez que vi a Rey Mysterio hacer trampa, la verdad que... Bueno, combos ligeros ahora de que hacerle. Cosa que... JBL no nos va a dejar hacer. Ni en pedo. 2, 3... Increíblemente me dejó. 1, 2, 3... La pu... ¡Ah! Rápido, 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 rápido. 1, 2, 3, 4. Y poder dar la vuelta. 1, 2, 3 y el último plum. ¡Ole! Ahí va. Hazle un combo de agarre en el ring, pero... Con lo que me cuesta hacer combo, el chabón quiere que haga 3 millones. Uno, dos... Ancho. Otra llave pesada frontal. Ahí está.
Common move in wrestling, suplex. But when I knew what JBL was doing to me after he hit me with that first suplex, and I felt him roll over and take my weight with him, and pick me up for a second one, and then a third, it was humiliating not being able to stop him. Look at the size difference. But it fed me with the motivation that I needed. JBL doing the Eddie shimmy. Obviously, I didn't see this happen because I was on the floor. And I'm glad I didn't.
A ver, en el suelo no nos podemos rendir, pero mientras más tarde peor va a ser. Ay, Dios. No, Rey, no, Rey. No, llegó tarde. Y Rey que no reacciona, qué hijo de puta, boludo. Bueno, habíamos llegado hasta acá. Vamos a ver si podemos hacer otro. No, porque muy hijo de puta, ¿viste? Se cura el toque. Qué lindo. Esa movida no la había visto nunca. Está linda. Uno más. Muy bien. Ataque en plancha, estando de pie en el ring será glorioso. Perfecto. Agarramos, lo tiramos ahí. Vamos acá arriba. Le pedimos que se levante. Levantate, concha de tu hermana. El muy cabrón siempre tiende a esquivarte. Ahora no es necesario porque el muy boludo de Rey Mysterio no llega. Rápido. ¡Ey! ¿Qué más? Otro combo de agarre. Y dos combos pesados. Uno. Puta madre. Volvimos a lo de antes, boludo. Uno. Vale. Dale. Arriba. Vamos con los dos combos pesados. 1, 2, 3 y Tuki, en el cuarto. Esto también, dale. 1, 2, 3, 4, plum. Vamos a decir que se levante, así lo podemos hacer el... 1, 2, círculo. Bien. Muy bien, esta vez sí se dejó. Mándalo a la esquina y hazle un ataque ligero frontal cuando esté aturdido. Ahí va. Hijo de puta, no se dejaba hacer nada.
I figured that I had this coming once I went for that Bronco Buster and he put up that size 13 boot. JBL is one of the smartest minds in this business. He would do anything at all times to steal the win. But I really didn't imagine he'd risk a disqualification like that. Maybe he knew the ref would be lenient with the championship up for grabs. I couldn't worry about all of that. Not at that moment. Still don't know how I managed to kick out of that. Honestly, JBL's got one of the best and strongest power bombs WWE has ever seen. I definitely was knocked out for a minute. But hey, being lucky is just as valuable as being good in the right situation. I just couldn't lose that night. Not to him. I saw JBL coming in with that chair, big old smile on his face, and I let him think that he was about to hit me with it, but next thing you know, caught him. It was just a matter of time after that. And yeah, a little frog splash from above to remind JBL just who he was messing with. This was such a satisfying win. Nobody throws you off your game like JBL. Getting the victory meant a ton to me. And of course, and still, World Champion.
Bueno, vamos a hacer uno más.
The big red machine, Kane, had his sight set on eliminating me from WWE in 2008. The monstrous 7-foot-tall behemoth took pleasure in mocking my pain and misery. Kane thought he could use his mind games to break me, but I wasn't gonna let that happen. It's tough keeping your head in the game when facing someone so sick and sadistic, but at Cyber Sunday, where the WWE Universe would choose our match stipulation, the fans chose no holds barred. I didn't know what type of strategy I was gonna bring to the table that night. My technique has always been aerial maneuvers. Was I gonna be able to get away with it at an no holds barred match? I made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to show fear. How do I take the big man down? Hit him with whatever I got. I was gonna meet him head on, regardless of the match type, and show him that you can't break Rey Mysterio.
Cyber Sunday 2008. Me piden combo ligero. Siempre te piden que empieces con un combo ligero, pero de ahí a que el guacho se deje es otra cosa. 2, 3 y cuarto. Vamos, muy bien, El trampolín. Ataque en trampolín desde el ring. A Kane cuando esté de pie junto al ring. Ah, ok. Ok, entonces lo tenemos que tirar. Está bien, revoleame. Eso es lo que se te cante el hoyo. Total, abajo del ring tenés que estar, así que es un pequeño avance. Total, es un no holds barred, así que no hay cuenta. Vamos a estar un poco más tranquilos. Quédate ahí. Quédate ahí, la concha de tu hermana. Ahí va. Cuando esté en zona del ring, hazle un ataque pesado junto a la cabeza. Ah, qué boludo. Y yo lo levanté. Ahí va. Una kendo stick. Ataca a Kane cuando esté de pie en el ring. Bien. Toca rápido el palo de kendo. Acá está. Vení, suerte. Alcalde de la concha de tu hermano sos. Dale. Que la parió. Vamos a hacerlo así como nadie, boludo, así se deja de joder. Vamos a darle con la señal de stop. Ah, por Gil. Date, boludo. Te pedimos que se levante. Levántate, por favor, te lo pido. Levanta el cartel, infeliz. No, haz lo que se te cante el orto mejor. Toma.
I guess trying to get him with the stop sign wasn't the correct thing to do, because that really got him angry. There's a huge size difference between Kane and me. Kane was always the big red machine. When there's no rules, there's nothing stopping him. The places his mind goes to dish out the violence that he does, that's gotta be deep and dark. It's crazy. This was still early in the match, and Kane already had me in big trouble. Anytime he hits you, takes you out.
Nos piden de vuelta que hagamos con el palo de Kendo. Agarrar a Kane. And then 619. ¡Pum! Se está cayendo el palo de Kendo. Se cayó el palo de Kendo. Agarrar el palo de Kendo. Ay, lo tenemos que atacar afuera del ring. Qué infeliz. Bueno, gracias por bajar, La concha de tu madre. Rápido, 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 rápido. Si le hacemos los combos. Ahí va uno. Ahí va el otro. Vamos a pedir que se levante. No hace falta que sean diferentes, pero yo lo hago así para que no sea todo repetitivo. La defensiva, mándalo contra la esquina en un Irish Whip. Vamos a levantarlo. Y ahí va.
I wasn't sure that was gonna work, but I knew if it did, it'd buy me some time. Lucky for me, it did work out. And then of course I I managed to get Kane set up perfectly. But Kane had other plans for me. Now this move I love. In the back of my head, I knew that Kane had more left in the tank. But I was going to try to do anything I could to try to pin him and win. Definitely a little letdown that he kicked out. But I just had to stay focused and on top of him.
Ok, a ver, ¿qué más tenemos que hacer? Hazle un ataque pesado en el ring, ok. La madre. Vamos de vuelta a intentar darle el ataque pesado. La concha de su madre. Ole. Dale el ataque pesado. Cuerda superior y hazle un ataque en plancha cuando Kane se ponga de pie. Ya que vamos a ir mejor a la otra. Está más cerca todavía.
I always like taking the risk and my chances if I wanted to bring him down. But sometimes the risk just doesn't pay off. Kane saw me coming and I suffered the consequences. In these types of matches, you can hear the crowd buzzing a little, and then you know something next is coming. You can even hear the commentator saying, "No, what's he doing? No!" And you're just trying to get up to your feet, not knowing what's about to hit you. Here it is, when King wraps his hands around your throat, you're thinking you're going up for a choke slam. I remember doing everything I could to hook him and put him into the stairs with the drop toe hold.
Los dedos están funcionando. Hazle un ataque de trampolín desde el lateral del ring cuando se ponga de pie. Ok. Vamos a aprovechar que está aturdido, así se lo hago ahora. ¿Qué más? Chiquitín equivocado, papá. Uy, hijo de puta. No. Oh. Ole. Así, que se ponga de pie. Le vamos a dar en la cabeza. Plum.
Here's where I took all my chances. It was now or never. I had to put Kane away. And I was going to empty my tank if I needed to. I figured if I got out of the first choke slam, I'm pretty sure I can do it again. And I did everything I could to get out of it. Once I hit the 619 and the springboard splash, it was over. Now, I had too much at heart to let the fans down. They were the ones that chose this match. They wanted a no DQ match. Here it is. And what a true honor to beat WWE legend like Kane and a Hall of Famer.
Bueno gente, espero que les haya gustado el video, comenten qué otros juegos quieren ver, suscríbanse al canal, denle like al video, compartan el video con sus amigos para que el canal pueda crecer de una buena vez. Ahí logramos vencer a Kane, así que... Nada, por suerte hoy pudimos hacer 3 combates, no sé si el video será largo o no. Pero bueno, ahí vemos que nos quedan 6 combates más y el sorpresa. Así que bueno gente, nos vemos la próxima con más WWE 2K22 Showcase. Chao.